Oh my goodness, today there's going to be a lot of chatter going on. I just ramble, 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 ramble. I actually do have a project that I'm doing later on in the video. Bear with me or fast forward. But that's what's coming up today. Lots of chatter, lots of talking, and a project. So stay tuned. Hi everybody. It's me again, and I'm going to tell you, I tried yesterday to make a tutorial. Well, I made this the other day, and yesterday I tried to put it together as a tutorial. And I'm going to show you the finished product, and the tutorial just did not work out. I made so many mistakes. I had so much trouble with it. And it's really not hard. And I will give you the link to the person that I saw make it, and they made it look really easy, and it was easy. First, I wanted to tell you, be careful when you buy things. I don't know. I've always had bites of kiwi here and there, and I've always liked it, and I picked up 2 pounds of this. Now this is for me alone, you know. Now my son comes over and eats once in a while, and he will eat some of the fruit, but I didn't know if he'd even eat kiwi. So because he's not real big on berries, and to me kiwi tastes like strawberries. But I ate two of them in one sitting because I was so hungry and so thirsty, and I think it was like 3 in the afternoon, and I'd been out all morning. I hadn't even had breakfast, so I was really hungry. So I had 2 of them. I cut them in half and ate them with a spoon like they show, and it was so good, and I just really loved it. But a couple hours later, I noticed that my mouth was tingling and burning, and you know, and I thought, wow, so that's weird. What's going on? And then I remembered the last time I had had kiwi, which was quite a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. I thought that I had a reaction to it, so I wasn't going to eat it anymore. Well, I looked it up. People can be very allergic to kiwi. So I'm just going to throw that out there, that I apparently am allergic to kiwi, because there were some other symptoms later on that maybe I wouldn't want to mention that did occur. So, anyway, the amazing fuzzy fruit, which is awesome because it has more potassium than banana. I can really say that without crucifying it. More potassium than a banana, more vitamin C than an orange, more fiber than cereal, and more vitamin E and K than avocado. It also helps with chest congestion and wheezing. All these things I want, but I can't eat it. So sad. And it tastes so good. I love the taste of kiwi. It tastes like strawberries, but with a milder taste or something, because I hardly ever buy strawberries. I don't love strawberries, but I love kiwi, so go figure. Anyway, that I'm going to cut out, and it's going to go in my diary, that I haven't shown you since the first 3 months. But I am keeping my faux bonichi, and I have been working on it, and it's definitely going to be cut out and put in there. I don't show it because, I mean, I have some cute pages that I really like. I'm trying to think. But I write so much personal stuff in there, it's just a pain to try to cover it up. so I haven't. And then I've not quite decorated it as much as this. I'm, you know, veering more towards this kind of a page, or I kind of like that page. But I'm decorating it a little bit differently because I'm moving more into my natural way of doing things. The other way, this was kind of a contrived way. I saw it and I loved it, and but it's not naturally how I might do things. So anyway, but yeah, this little picture is going to go in my book, and I just wanted to share that with you in case you have never eaten kiwi. Apparently, the more you eat it, if you're allergic, the more dire the symptoms can be. So I'm wanting to remember that. Okay, this is, I probably, there it is. Okay, I probably misplaced it. This is an envelope like this. You've seen these envelopes that you get in the mail. They're square instead of the triangle, and usually one side's smaller than the other. This one's perfect, but this one has a stamp on it. So I want to send it out again, a stamp and an address that I want to keep. So I didn't use this one, but what it is, it's a little folio or a portfolio that I'm making. And I wanted to use, this was a magazine page on friendship, and I wanted to use this particular picture because, let me see if I can show you that picture really well, because this is how I feel about you and me on screen. We're just friends this way. And I love you being my friend. So anyway, here's another one. We can laugh together. And then this is one also that I have because I like this. I'm keeping this for me. I have friends through my book characters that I love. Miss Reed. Oh my gosh, I love Miss Reed books. I love the Betsy Tacy series. I love just a lot of different series. The Laura Ingalls Wilder. Those characters are my friends. I love them. I love Mrs. Pringle from Fairacre. I love, who do I love? I love Ella from Thrush Green. Just these are just favorite characters that I think are just wonderful friends to me because I read them all the time. Fortunately, the Miss Reed books, there's a ton of them. There's 30 or 35 books, and I have them all and I read them all the time. The Betsy Tacy series, there's only a few books, so less than 10. I mean, I think there's only like 7. There's 4. There's more than that. There's 4 high school books, 2 books after high school. That's 6. And then the Betsy Tacy, and Tib. Betsy, Tacy, and Tib go downtown. And is there another one? So anyway, so there's just very few. But and Emily and Carney. I mean, there's enough to keep me interested over all these years. But anyway, they're my book friends. I'm going off and off on all this, and I should be doing something so that you can see. But anyway, this is a little folio that I made, and I wish I could show you the tutorial bit, but it's such a mess. And I wasn't. I didn't really love how it turned out. But who really cares? There's this ridge here that just bothers me. But it's just because I didn't do it properly. But anyway, this is to hold journal cards Or now I made them into journal cards, but you can just hold sheets of pictures that you just want to keep, that you didn't make into anything, which is how they did it. And then I turned out and I ended up making it. I was going to do that too, and then I just made it into journal cards. But I'm gonna try this again, and I will try and make a video of it. But anyway, this is a journal card. This is probably my favorite journal card. I am. This one was funny. It's showtime. And this one was just beautiful. I just thought that picture was just beautiful. So I love the colors. I love the flowers. I just loved everything about it. I love the pink chair. I had a pink chair for a long time, and then pink kind of went out of fashion, so I had to get rid of my pink chair. But I didn't have to, but I just did. So anyway, so this makes nice journal cards, and it would make a nice little gift to send. But I'm keeping this one just because of this and this picture. These two pictures specifically. And this one, of course, is me, because I've always been a reader. Just love to read. And lately, I've been reading more. I put this together with a little Brad, just to make a little closure for it. You don't have to have a closure. You can just fold over. But anyway, this isn't even glued on. It's just wrapped. And I could make that a little bit shorter, but I like it that way. I ended up putting a back on it. It was supposed to be glued into a journal, but I put a back on it just because I like to pick it up and hold it. I thought, I'm not going to want to leave it in a journal. I'm just going to have to tuck it into a pocket, a nice big pocket, and just tuck it into there. So anyway, so that's a sneak preview of a video that I maybe will make again on camera. But I spent 2 hours last night trying to edit a video that I had to start and stop. I had to clean up mess ups. I had to try and fast forward through all my mistakes, and I'm surprised it's even usable. But anyway, it was fun. It was fun for me because I like doing it. I love working at my little desk. So I thought that I would make some of these for you. I'm going to do it maybe a little bit differently. And I thought I need to grab some fabric. I think that fabric would probably be just fine. But I'm just gonna kind of play today and have a little bit of fun. I'm gonna distress this seed packet. I actually should crumple it. Because I want this to look old. I bought this at the dollar store, and they were all 10 cents. And I thought, ooh, this color is supposed to be vintage photo. And I don't know if you have heard me mention this before. You probably have, because I have mentioned it a dozen times. This is supposed to be vintage photo. How is it that looks so different? Oh, wait a minute. Well, it says Ranger and it says Ranger here. Okay, this is acid free. And this must have acid. Oh, distress oxide Distress ink. Okay, enough said. I bought the wrong thing. That's why the color looks different. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to buy myself some Distress ink because this is the color I like and it's almost gone. I've had that a couple years. Okay, I don't know what Distressed Oxide is. I'm not a big fan of this color, but I am a big fan of how wet it is, and it does ink really nicely. Okay, there. Now, I might see if I can get some color out of this just for the wrinkles. There. Just for fun. I did get some color out of that still. And on the back, because what I want for this to be a journal card. And so let me grab, do I want this color? What I would like to do, you know what, I have been getting rid of all my plain paper, and I have found this week I have wanted to use plain paper for so many things. I'm just tearing this. I'm just tearing this, and I don't want it to be, let's see, I don't want it to be square. On the other one, I made it square on the back. Just a square. I wanted to keep the Bible verse on the back of that, and I made it square, and then I had to cover it with that. I didn't really love how that looked on the back. I thought it just might look nice on the back if I if it was just an old seed thing. There. That's how I want it to look. And then I'm just going to you know what I need? I need, and where is it? There it is. And if it was springtime, I would want it to be fresh and pretty and new looking. But because it's fall, and this was one that didn't get used to plant, I love how it sounds. I love the shaker sound to it. Because it didn't get used, it's going to be old and grungy, and it's been out in the shed, and it's been rained on, and dirt's been spilled on it, and that's what happens to things that are not cared for. And I'm just going to cut a little bit of that. And you know what I've noticed, that when I staple, I always get it on there crooked. And Should I, let me see if I can get that just a little stained. And this is just going to be my video of the day. Now I'm going to put it on there just where I want it. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on this side and a little bit of glue on this side. And then I'm going to glue it where I want it to be. And probably that would be all that you need. But oh, see now, there it is. It's just a little bit off center. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. Just a hair is all I moved it. And there, it's a nice little tag. And that, okay, this one is going to go in to my, oh, I love the little strings, but I'm going to pull those out because there's too many. And you know what? It'll string up every time you use it. And that I'm going to put in here. So where can I put it? Now that's the last page. That's a nice big page, but I don't want to cover up the window. And that's a big page, but that's using the window. Oh, I know, I might. There. Oh, I like it on there. Okay, so I need a pocket. I need a nice... Do I want just a little strip? That looks nice there. And it's kind of lost on that page. So it's like, I like that. It would be nice on this page too. Or, oh, this page. I think this page is a little bit bigger. Oh, good. Ooh, too big for this page. So, oh, I know. I made these pockets. There we go. I made this pocket for something, and I didn't use it. So, you know that's going to have to be grunged up. Oh, and I know you're supposed to work from the outside in, and you're supposed to make it a certain way, and all that, but I didn't. Because this is just for my fun. Now, how many of you actually write on your journal pages? I want you to try and remember to get out some of your journal cards and write on them. And if you don't have anything to say, write on let's see how that works. there, you know, there, that's the one. That's the one I want to use. Okay. I get there. I eventually get there. I'm going to use a little bit stronger glue than my glue stick just because if I take something in and out a lot, okay, let's do that and get a piece of trash to wipe my finger so I don't get glue everywhere else. And do I have anything fun to put on there? I do. Of course I have something fun to put on there. It's just a matter of finding which fun thing I want to use. I think I will use the stamps because I don't care at all what else there is. If there's stamps, they're my favorite. I love using stamps. And I don't think I've overused them in this book yet. There. Ooh, the old stamps look awesome. Put a lot of glue on that because, and I'm going to tilt it this way, and then maybe put another stamp over there. I was going to get a butterfly out. Or a flower. Well, I think I might use the flower. I like using the foreign stamp, but the flower would be very pretty. This flower is from Rhonda. And I love them. And I love in this book that I can use the oh, what do you call it, where you build it up? Because it doesn't matter, because this book has lots of room for anything. And as you can see, I've been working in this book. Oh, I just love it. I'm very happy with that. I've got lots. I need to texture the outside a little bit more, but I'm not going to do that today. I've been putting all kinds of things in here. There's a page, and I'll do a complete flip through when I'm closer to being done, because you know I'm never done with these. I always leave a few pages to add to them later as I use them, so I always have a few pages. But when I'm closer to being done, I'll do a nice flip through of that journal, because, and especially when it gets to be fall, because it isn't fall yet, but it feels like fall because everything in the store is everything in the stores now, even the Halloween candy is out. And oh, and then, you know what I bought? I bought Mums yesterday. Anyway, I'll show you my seed packets. I got these at the dollar store. Thank you very much, Rhonda, for doing your Dollar Tree. I got these at the Dollar Tree. And Rhonda does Dollar Tree hauls. And every time I watch a Dollar Tree haul, I have to run to the dollar store to find out if I have those things. Yesterday, I the items that I went in looking for were not there. She has a zippered pouch that goes into a 3-ring binder, and then you put the 3 rings together. You put 3 or 4 of them on one of these rings, and you can take it with you. I travel so much, and I do have a travel book that I've made, a pouch thing that I've made, that unfolds, and it has a lot of different things in it. But I thought this might be nice because they were zippered and they were easy to flip through. Things don't fall out. But they didn't have any at my Dollar Tree. But I did find the rings, and I was going to order those on Amazon when I found these rings. And these rings might be better quality than these rings, but they might not be. So, and these were bigger. So I got the bigger rings, and I want to make a ring journal, because I love the fact that the rings can let things float, and you can add a lot of texture to your journaling. But anyway, I picked these up. These were 10 cents, and I peeled the sticker off of the other one, and it peeled off just fine. I got peppers, turnips, peppers, radishes, another variety of radish, and the turnip. So that's what I'm doing today, guys. And I want to thank Betsy Doodle for featuring me on her Crafter of the Week. That was exciting for me. I really, really like that. I love to watch her videos. I love her accent, and I just love how she phrases things. And I think it's because of reading the Miss Read books so much. I love hearing her use phrases and things I've read in the books, but they don't say over here. So that's kind of fun. It always tickles me when she says something straight out of the books. If you like, well, I can't even tell you. If you like a book that doesn't do anything, there's no horrific story. There's no real action. If you just like to read, and visit people that you really like, Miss Read books are the best. So hopefully you have heard of them, and if you see them at the thrift stores, pick one up and read it. Get it at the library. You can actually still buy them because they're in print. The author has passed away, which is sad because I've been reading them for 20 years, and she was alive, and I knew somebody who knew her, and she gave me her address that I could write her at her home. And did I do that? No, I didn't. I am still regretting that, because she's the only author that I read that is still alive. Oh, another one. Let me just throw out some recommendations. Janice Holt Giles, and she writes historical novels about Kentucky and historical novels about Oklahoma. There's only been one in her series that I could not get into. I love her book. Start off with the Kentuckians like I did. Or, she also has a series of books about the Shakers. That I meant to tell you too. That was one thing I really liked about these. Ooh, the pepper ones, they don't make any noise. The radish ones are like I'm shaking that. The radish ones are like shakers. Did I mention that earlier? Anyway, she did a series about the shakers in Kentucky, and that was fabulous. I think the book is called The Believers, and you should read that. Oh my goodness, you should read it. You will love, love, love her books. Okay, so Miss Reed, Janice Holt Giles, Ralph Moody books, and he's another one that the books are based on his life, but they're fictionalized. Somebody has just turned the lawnmower on. Okay, I love Ralph Moody books. And one other one, Maud Hart Lovelace. I've been reading those books since I was a little kid, and I have almost based my life on many of her traditions and things in her books because they're just wonderful books. All these books are child friendly. You can have these books around. You can encourage your children to read them. The Ralph Moody books, he starts out with younger books that the children might like. The first one's called Little Britches, and oh my goodness, you just have to try it. Okay, I know I've gone on long enough, and you know what? If I'm gonna talk like this, I should be showing you something, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stop right here. Book recommendations, please. Please look them up. Give them a try. And I think it's harder to read now that we have so much to watch on the internet. But I'm really making an effort to read more, and I'm also getting my books so that I can listen to them in the car because I do drive a lot. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Don't eat kiwi. I mean, watch it when you eat kiwi. Watch what happens and be aware that a lot of people are allergic to kiwi and don't even know it because the symptoms are very mild at first. Okay, bye. Thanks for being with me today. Bye-bye.